Hey, so we're going to look at turning a hem up and using the herringbone stitch to do that. So this is a pair of jeans, and obviously this would work for any pair of trousers, shorts or a skirt, anything like that. And you need to start off with your needle and thread knotted and doubled over for a nice secure thread. And I've already pinned the hem to the length that I like it, so I've turned the garment inside out as well so that we can work on the right side here. And the thing that you need to think about with herringbone stitch is you're putting the pin backwards but working forwards. So I'm facing the pin to my left hand side. Obviously you could flip all of this around if you're left-handed. So I'm facing the pin to the left hand side, but I'm going to be stitching to the right hand side. So I'm going to start with my needle to going into the actual garment here, and I'm going to just very carefully pick a few stitches, because obviously we don't want to have the thread seen very much on the other side. Obviously use a thread that is very similar to your garment, your fabric colour, to keep all of this as invisible as possible. So put it all the way through so that the knot is nice and tight. And now I'm taking the thread in an X diagonally down to the turned up part of the fabric, but I'm keeping my needle pointing in this direction. So I'm going to grab a little bit more now, because obviously this is the turned up part, and we're not going to see this on the right side of the garment at all. So I'm putting a stitch in there, and I'm pulling it nice and taut, and that is the stitch that's going to catch the hem up. So now going in a diagonal up the way, but pushing my needle in to the left hand side again. So you're kind of getting into a rhythm, stitching backwards but moving forwards. And the really great thing about this, so try not to go too far through the fabric there, so you don't really see at all once if the thread was even better matched. I'm doing it so that you can see it a bit clearer. But this is really great, because what happens is it keeps the hem a little bit loose, so it doesn't have any pressure points at these areas of your clothes, so like at the bottom of your trousers. So it's a nice strong stitch while giving it a little bit of movement, so it should last a good long time. So we're going backwards and forwards all at the same time, so it's a little bit confusing, but once you get in the rhythm it's actually quite enjoyable. When you've gone all the way around, to knot it off you're going to come down on the hem part, and the easiest way is the knotting off that we've done before, which is do a second stitch and take your needle through the loop before you've pulled it tight, and that gives you, pull that a little bit, you could do this a couple of times just to make it super secure. So you're going to go through the loop, you can do it a couple of times, and then that will give you a nice strong knot at the end. There we go, lovely herringbone stitch.